What's up, y'all? So, in continuing doing another video of getting to know who I am, I did my overall video, kind of gave you just a real quick, brief overview of what all I do, what I've been through. I did one in British Columbia on a hunt, and then one with my wife, so y'all can meet her when we were in Antigua on our 25th anniversary. Also, to get to know who I am, you gotta have this guy in here. So I've known him for 24 years, since he came out kicking and screaming and making all kinds of noise. So yeah. This is my son, Eddie.
What's going on?
And he has been my main hunting buddy for quite some time. In fact, worked with us for 2 years.
2.5?
2.5 years.
Something like that.
Did a lot of our, actually all of our photography and our videos and that kind of stuff for the company. But he went and got himself a serious girl and got himself engaged, and for some reason didn't want to travel, didn't want to be gone all the time away from his girl. So
you know you love her.
Oh, we love her, 100%. Yeah. So anyway, as much as I'm gone and as much as he was gone, it's hard on a new relationship. I mean, his mom, as y'all know, have been together for 25 years. She's just used to it because that's what I was doing whenever we met. So. But I wanted y'all to meet this guy. We've done some really cool stuff together.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yep.
Alaska.
This is what you've grown up doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I've known my whole life is hunting, the outdoors.
Yep. You got a favorite?
A favorite trip?
All the stuff that we've done?
We've done so much.
Put you on the spot?
It's hard to pick. I would say, every part of me wants to say my bear hunt in Alaska, but I was also terrified on that trip that we were going to sink our ship.
on the last... Oh, no,
the one where I was hunting.
In Alaska. Yeah.
I want to say that one just because I was hunting, but good Lord, that was a tough trip on the way back. A little scary, but other than that, I would say either your Alaska bear hunt or the first bear hunt I did in Idaho with you when I was 12. Yeah, 12.
So he did his first bear hunt when he was 12, not spoiled at all, which is still one of my all-time favorite hunts with him. All of our Alaska trips have been absolutely amazing, but I really enjoyed your first elk hunt, the cow elk hunt. That was pretty special.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of emotion in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was a complete field to table. We had Chef Cliff there.
Mm-hmm.
And
the only reason I say my bear hunt in Idaho is because that was my first real, true big game hunt.
Yep.
If you could say, transitioning from a boy to a young man type of thing. But as far as an unforgettable trip, definitely that cow elk hunt.
Yeah.
I would say my bull elk hunt, but someone didn't show up.
I was in Alaska. I can't be in two places at once. So we've gotten to do some really, really cool stuff together, and that's just part of who we are. Our family is very, very tight. He's got his sister Madison, who lives in Dallas. We've worked from home. Him and his mom are really tight. Obviously, 25 years with Deborah, we're kind of tight. And he's named after my dad.
Yep.
Ed, Papa Ed. So just family is very, very important to me. We get to do some cool stuff together. He's been all over with me. We've learned shooting. We both shot out to a mile. We've worked with instructors I've already told you guys about. He's gotten to work with chefs. Oh, some other stuff too. Kind of toot your horn a little bit, although it was because he has a really cool dad. He's been published in some of the biggest hunting magazines in North America. He's been in American Hunter. He's been in Carnivore.
American Hunter was my Idaho black bear hunt.
I'm talking about your photography.
Oh, my photography features, yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was an American Hunter?
I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, so he's been in some really cool magazines with his photography skills. Obviously, it didn't hurt to have a dad with some really cool connections. But he wouldn't have gotten in there if he didn't have the skills. So he's done fantastic with his photography in there. And we've just got to do some really, really cool stuff together. But one of the other ones, I think it's probably both of our favorites, is when we started the Field to Table.
Oh, yeah.
And we've both picked up some amazing skills, which is kind of what we're doing here. That's why we have all this equipment here. So obviously this is a big meat grinder. It's actually with one of the companies that we work with, made with meat. We've got not a vacuum sealer, a chamber vac. And I am going on another trip down to Texas. And one of the things that I wanted to do, especially since I started working, I've done it in the past, but especially since I've started becoming a Legionnaire with First Form and started utilizing the app and just really getting into all of it, I'm gonna do some food prep. But to do the food prep, because the type of stuff that I want to take, we just cleaned up, or I should say I just cleaned up some elk, which was actually your elk.
Yeah, that was my bull elk.
It was a bull elk from New Mexico, but also mixed in here is my antelope from New Mexico. So we got a New Mexico theme going, and I've got some axes from Texas in here as well.
Dang.
So kind of a smorgasbord. We're going to grind it up, and if you can see this, so that's actually just some pig fat that you just went and bought at the grocery stores. As you know, venison is extremely lean, so you have to add fat to it. But that's one of the things that we get to do. I talked about in my first video is education is a huge part of what we do, and one of the things that I really love. But he and I together, we learned field to table together.
Oh, 100% we did.
Yeah, so we've completely, a lot of stuff we already knew, but we learned how to get into the details now with our chefs on how to butcher and the different cuts and how to properly do stuff. Even something as what you would think simple as grinding, there's a lot of tips and tricks with it to make it, all that it can be to make it really, really good. So I'll give you some examples. All the meat in here is still par frozen, so it goes through the grinder a whole lot easier if it still is a little crunchy, not solid, but a little crunchy. You start with the big die and run it through with the fat, then we'll switch and we'll put the small die on and we'll run it through again. It'll be all mixed up, then I'll just put it in bags. I'll chamber vac it, and then it will go to Texas with me, and I can make my own meals while I'm there. Because we actually stay at a really nice facility there, and they take care of all the meals, but it's Texas, so they chicken fry everything. I mean, they chicken fry dessert. So to be able to stay on track, I'm just taking my own meals. So that's part of it. The other thing that we would normally do, this is a small batch, so I've only got a little over 3 pounds of meat, and I like about a 30% ratio with the fat, so I've got 1 pound of fat. Normally what we would do is put the housing in the freezer to keep it cold, but that's if you're going to do a bunch because it heats up with the moving parts and stuff. So those are just some of the things that we've done a ton together is the field to table and this kind of stuff, and hunting and fishing and
lots of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots of learning.
Yep.
I mean, there's still stuff that I see, whether it's on social media or in person, or you're talking to me on the phone, and you're like, oh, Chef Joe showed me this, never seen that before. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and I try it out, and it works, or it doesn't work, and you just adapt things to yourself.
Yeah, we've been very blessed with what we do. So
very much so.
But anyway, that's a huge part of it. Family is huge to me. One of the reasons he's named after my dad. My dad is my favorite guy. This is my second favorite Ed right here. And yeah, so that's just a huge part of who I am. It's kind of like I shared with Deb. If it wasn't for her, well, he wouldn't be here. But I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing either. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get this stuff grinding. We'll show you what it looks like whenever we're
Yeah, let's get to it.
Yep. One of the other things too, if you do these in chunks, and these type of grinders, these commercial grinders, man, they just eat this stuff right up, literally.
Which one is this? Is this the
one horse?
Mm-hmm. This thing could grind up a car.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, and then one of the other things that you're doing that is just, I think, become second nature for us is when you're grinding, you want to alternate the meat with the fat,
Yep.
so it kind of incorporates itself while you're grinding. So what's your plan with this ground meat? Are you just doing it to have ground meat? Are you going to do sausage with it? What do you think you're going to do?
No, so actually some of it we won't package because I'm going to cook. Either just going to do almost like a taco soup, just a different version that doesn't have as much sodium in it.
Okay.
And take that. I actually ordered the meal prep containers with the lids on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got some of those on the way, and I'm gonna do that. And then I've got elk from British Columbia in the refrigerator. I've got a big old giant top round.
Oh, did you get some from Tim?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was part of the deal. If I took him on the hunt, he had to share.
You just do that with everyone's elk, don't you?
Yeah, heck yeah. I don't have to,
You don't even have to hunt anymore.
I don't have to kill anything. So with it, I'm gonna make medallions,
Okay.
and then I've got some gnocchi and then a vodka sauce, tomato vodka sauce, and that'll just be one of my meals.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So now that you can see that we got 4 pounds there, just mix it up in small, medium size, like almost like meatballs. I guess technically they are meatballs. And then you just drop it down in the chute and let it go again. See how much finer that is.
Well, you can see because you got the fat ground in with the meat, it's really incorporating into the fine grind.
So obviously the final part, I'm just putting this in. I'm just going to do 2 packages because I'm probably going to use most of it for my meal prep. We're also very blessed that we get to work with a company that manufactures processing equipment, and so it makes it real handy for here at home. I don't know what that is. It's probably 1.5 pounds, maybe even closer to 2. Yeah, it's probably closer to 2. So that just goes here. So I'm sure some of you all watching this probably have grandkids. I've got them too. One of them is here. His name's Lenny, and he eats fireplace rocks. I don't know if any of your grandkids eat fireplace rocks, the lava rocks that are in there, but this is Lenny, and he eats fireplace rocks. He's not real bright sometimes, are you? Huh? Are you?
Lenny.
Good thing you're cute.
Yeah.
So there we go. There is 2 pounds.
Give him a little pro tip.
Little pro tip? Oh yeah, okay.
Flatten it out.
So here, well, why do we flatten it up, Mr. Pro Tip? Then he says, what are we doing?
You flatten it out so Lenny can eat it easier. No, you flatten it out.
This smell good.
You flatten it out after you get it all vacuum sealed. 1, it saves a ton of space in your freezer.
Yep.
But then 2, it thaws out in half the time that it normally takes a round 2 to thaw out.
Yep. Goes better in your freezer. And like you said, it thaws out much.
I know most of you will probably flatten it out a lot better than he did, but you know, you get the gist of it.
See what I put up with? Now you all starting to see why he doesn't work for us anymore. Because otherwise he probably wouldn't be here. I'd have killed him.
Well, yeah, okay.
But anyway, yeah, so I head to Texas. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to head there Friday. We got some family stuff here to take care of. And then I head down Friday. I'm going to turn this into multiple meals, probably my lunch meals. And I've got more elk in the refrigerator, and I'll meal prep that. I'm going to make some medallions, just fry them up real quick, and use some gnocchi, and that'll be my protein, my carb, and then that way I don't have to eat chicken fried everything. While I'm there, I can eat pretty decent, and that's that. So I appreciate you guys watching this one, and I'll see you next week, and we'll figure out what we come up with. Actually, probably from Texas. I'll do one down in Texas, the location we get to. You can see another one of our locations that we go to. So appreciate you guys, appreciate the opportunity. See you guys in the next video.